I just got back from our other office in Virginia. I'm gonna be giving my first impression for the Essilor Stellest lens, which is FDA approved myopia control / myopia prevention lens. I'm currently wearing the MySight myopia control contacts. I'm gonna be able to compare my experience with that lens, with the contacts, as well as with my standard lenses. So I've not seen these before. Crizal. What? My manager never gave me a Flex-On case to the other ones I've bought. Oh well, let's take a look at this. These are the lenses. We get a card that talks about the Stellest lens. Stellest lens slowed myopia progression by 71%, average over 2 years. It is FDA approved. That's FDA approved for children. But I'm not going to give someone's child a product that I'm not going to try myself. I have tried every single contact lens modality. I've done sclerals, hybrids, rigids, multifocal, single vision, contact lens, soft. I've done it all for myself. So I can give firsthand experience to my patients. Now, I don't fit those complicated contact lenses anymore, but, and these are just the demo lenses that the lab gave back. Now let's take a look at this. These are the lenses. Oh, wow. They're not as dotty as I thought, but if you look really closely, I don't know if you can see it on here, but there's these lenses and they're barely noticeable. I can see them, but they're barely noticeable. This is the center dots where my pupils should be centered over before we take those off. Yeah, that's barely noticeable. I like that. So we'll see how easy it is for me to clear compared to without my vision glasses. These are the same frame. These are my current glasses that I have to wear occasionally, especially at night. I definitely need to wear them at night because night vision is a lot different. But if we see them side by side, it seems that, I don't know, it seems like the magnification's about the same. This is polycarbonate. It only comes in polycarbonate. This is Trivex. Trivex is a better optical quality. Always get Trivex if you can get Trivex. Always, over poly. But if I have to choose between the Stellest lens for myopia prevention and non-Stellest lens for myopia and try to myopia prevention that through Trivex, I'm going to choose a Stellest. Poly is, yeah, it's better optics, but they put poly because that's what most people go with, and it's a little thinner than Trivex. So this goes up to -10. I also have here that I'm going to try atropine drops, so I'm really filling out the full modality of myopia prevention for myself. So now I got my contacts out and I am going to try to clear my vision without anything and compare. I got the FZ, yeah, BDL. I can clear the 20, no, that's not, hold on a second. Here we go, yep, that's right. I can get the F on the third line. I can push the frontier today to 2040, it looks like, without my contacts in. Okay, so I'm pushing 2040 plus. It's not the perfect 2040, but I can get it. I'm pretty tired being the end of the day and an hour drive back from the other office. Oh wow, I almost got a 2025 flash there. And here, of course, I can clear the 2025 APSOV and get it much more easily than without my glasses, but I almost got it without my glasses. And now I can barely clear the 2050. I mean the 2025, 2020. I just got the E and the T and the O, so I was able to clear 2020 briefly with this 2.5. And again, tomorrow will be if I'm more well rested, it'll be clear. Oh, got it. There we go. Okay, so I just wanted to get an idea of how easy that was. Now I still got the dots on here, so hopefully that won't distract me too much. But I got the Stellest lens, and the dots are on my eyes, and the pupil is over. Okay, that's a little bit easier. Let me do it again. I can see the dots a little bit. It's not terribly in the way. It really isn't. It's actually not bothering me, the dots. I see a little bit of blur around, but it doesn't bother me. But I have been blur adapting as I clear my vision back and forth. I'm gonna do the transformation grid. Now I'm going to float. I'm gonna look for my float. And I got the 2020 line. I'm trying to fight to cursor those. We got to get rid of the cursor. Yeah, I'm looking directly through the center. Okay, just making sure. Yeah. Yeah, these actually don't bother me that much. I wasn't sure what to expect on the Stellest. Like if I'm looking at some words down here, out the side, I can see some distortion. It kind of looks a little bit pixelated is a good way to describe it. But for me, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, I mean, it when I go from the center to off, it's just a little bit off, but it's not that much off. Oh yeah, that's getting easier to clear the 2020 as I wear it. So I'm gonna have to make a follow-up video after wearing them consistently for about a week or something like that. That's what I need to do. I mean, I can definitely see it's easier. I'm starting to get the 2020 line easier. EVOTS is a little bit more vibrant now. So, initial impression for first few minutes of wear. So far, I like it. I'm gonna put the other one on just in case. Back, the non-Stellest. Okay, so I can feel. I have that sound effect that I described. That I can feel my eyes going a little bit with the regular lenses. But if I put the Stellest on, I don't feel it as much. And I'm all for not having a lens that's going to prevent that on in my vision. That's the feeling you gotta look for, that's the feeling you gotta identify. Even if it's not clear, I have that tendency to do that, especially with these lenses, these standard lenses on. Oh, after staying that, now it wants to get to 2020 easily after I've been switching back and forth between these. Yeah, now it wants to do it all of a sudden. So I don't know if that's the Stellest lens and getting used to it, but yeah, it's but like I said, it doesn't bother me.
I'll have to wear it for a little bit. Yep, 2020 is coming in. Oh wow, okay, there it goes. Okay, so there's a little dot here, a little area where there's no dots. These little dots scattered about. They're actually very hard to see, even like this, but I can see them. Well, I'm just gonna say I'm very happy and I'm very proud to be able to try this lens. And when I look up, I can still look between the dots and clear it. And I think the purpose of the dots is going to be that visual motion interruption, because I can look in between it and actually see it pretty clear. So the prescription's all throughout there, but it's like these little interruptions of these dots. So it's consistent with my model of visual motion and visual spatial induced clarity. And it's sad that more doctors are not talking about the visual motion. Yes, these little dots or these little tiny plus lenses that are scattered about in here, they do put myopic defocus in the peripheral retina, and most certainly do. But what they're really doing is they're increasing visual motion. And it's such a sad thing that doctors aren't talking about this, because actually as I move back and forth a little bit, and I'm doing like a little bit of kind of a Bates method short swing, I can see little tiny mini flashes of clarity, more clarity, because I'm pushing the frontier with these lenses, these 2.5s, and I've been pushing them pretty good. But I have this feeling that I'm really gonna like this. To me, it feels better. And I'd rather it feel better. It's better to feel good than to look good, right? And literally, I'm looking. So, and as long as my level of vision, I'm at 20/25, easily getting a 20/20 now. It goes away and kind of comes out. There it goes again. I will say it is easier to obtain a 20/20 with these lenses on a much more consistent basis so far than when I'm gonna do this one more time. Okay, that's starting to come in, but the 20/20 is not coming in now. Wait, here it comes. Because I'm pushing the frontier, and I'm at this lens. There it goes. But I can really feel it. That. I'm gonna go back to here. But I'm not going to. I don't want to prejudge, because I really like the feel of these lenses. Somebody who's extremely anal about detail might not like the little interruptions. Oh yeah, that made it really clear. It might not. They may not like those little mini interruptions, but for me, I like them. When I make my follow-up video, I'll let you know how things are outside. So, take care.